Imagine getting your period 3,200 years ago. No supermarket, no pharmacy, no disposable pads, and yet Egyptian women were dealing with it. Egypt left records for almost everything. Wages, beer rations, arguments, laundry, even reasons people missed work. But when it comes to one of the most ordinary parts of a woman's life, the record gets quiet. So what did they actually use? One clue comes from Deir el-Medina, the village where craftsmen built the tombs of the pharaohs. A scribe recorded why workers were absent. Beside some names appears a word, Hezman. Menstruating, a girl's period was important enough to become an official reason for a man missing work. No euphemism, no explanation, just a fact. The Egyptian word for natron, a salt used for cleaning and preservation, was hezman. Menstruation was also called hezman. That doesn't prove periods were sacred. Scholars debate the meaning, but it may point toward cleansing rather than simple contamination. What did women actually use? You've probably heard that Egyptian women used softened papyrus as tampons. It sounds convincing, but it isn't proven. No ancient papyrus tampon has been found, and no surviving text clearly describes one. The stronger evidence points to linen. Egypt was a linen civilization. People wore it, slept on it, traded it, and eventually turned worn cloth into rags. Medical texts even describe folded and rolled linen being used internally for treatments. So a reasonable possibility is folded linen used as an absorbent pad, secured with cloth, washed, dried, and reused. At Deir el-Medina, laundry was an actual service. Washermen handled household clothing as part of the village's support system. Washing blood from cloth was, at least there, somebody's paid work. But Egyptian medicine cared about more than managing blood. Medical papyri contained treatments for women's health, including pain, abnormal bleeding, fertility problems, and bringing on a delayed period. They even had a pregnancy test. A woman urinated on barley and emmer wheat. If the seeds sprouted, the text said she was pregnant. The prediction of the baby's sex was wrong, but later experiments suggested pregnant urine could make seeds germinate more often. A missed period mattered. Pregnancy wasn't just personal news. Children meant family, labour, inheritance, security, and the continuation of your name. An Egyptian woman probably experienced far fewer periods across her lifetime than a modern woman. Later first menstruation, early marriage, repeated pregnancies, and years of breastfeeding meant long stretches without menstruation. The period wasn't always the monthly background event we imagine. Sometimes it was the interruption, the signal, not pregnant. That may explain why the records focus on fertility and delayed periods instead of everyday menstrual products. The logistics were probably ordinary. The meaning wasn't. The Deir el-Medina records weren't created to preserve women's lives. The scribe was doing paperwork. A father stayed home. A woman was menstruating. We don't know exactly why he stayed. Maybe he had to take over household work. Maybe purity rules were involved. Maybe something else. We simply don't know. Pharaohs built monuments to be remembered forever. Yet sometimes history preserves someone for a completely different reason. A girl's name wasn't carved into a temple. Her story survived as one ordinary word on a broken piece of limestone. So ask yourself this. If someone discovered your messages, receipts, notes, or random everyday records 3,000 years from now, what tiny piece of your life would you want them to understand? Because sometimes the smallest records tell us the biggest truth. Ancient Egyptians weren't just pharaohs and builders. They were people trying to get through another ordinary day.